Alright, so I got this Liliana's Caress for Sygg, my discard deck. And remember, there are two kinds of discard decks. There's discard where you're doing it to yourself, you're milling your, well, not milling yourself, discarding, like with Angie Falconwrath. You're discarding because you've got madness triggers and madness stuff, and you're drawing extra cards to replace the cards because you're, what's it called? It's not called madness. What is it called when you throw away card looting? Just looting. I thought I had a keyword. Anyway, then there's the other kind of discard, where you make your opponents discard. So if they don't have cards in hand, they can't fuck with you. And that's what this deck is trying to do. Of course, it's gotten pretty good at the making them throw away cards in the hand, but it still struggles at the, okay, then how do you win the game part of the plan. I've got Meagrum in there now. About Liliana's Caress. I thought it was the same as Meagrum. I thought it was just Meagrum with a different name. No, it costs one less. Meagrum costs 2 and a colorless. This costs 1 and a black. Did I say 2 and a colorless? Meagrum costs 2 colorless and 1 black. Liliana's Caress costs 1 colorless and 1 black. There, done. One is CMC 3, this one is CMC 2, but they both, whenever an opponent throws away a card, that poor bastard loses 2 life. So, as always, the trick is, what do I take out for it? So, let's just look at the possibilities. Hibernation, no, because there are plenty of times there's some kind of green threat or some green shit on the field and I need to get rid of it. Land, no. Insight, whenever somebody successfully casts a green spell, draw a card. Well, if they don't have cards in hand, they're not going to be casting any green spells, so maybe. Land. Noetic Scales? Oh, hell no. Oh, this is fucking great in this deck. 4 colorless. Noetic Scales. During each player's upkeep, return to owner's hand each creature that player controls power greater than the number of cards in his or her hand. If you have 3 cards in hand at your upkeep before you draw, cube, genie, before you draw, remember, you pick up all your creatures with power 4 or greater. If you have 1 card in hand, you pick up all your creatures power 2 or greater. Then you draw a card. That stays. That works really well here. Land. A Sword of Cinnamon Steel. But this does good work. This is one of the few ways I have of dealing with artifacts, and it did do pretty damn good last game. So let me keep that. Oppression. Whenever any player casts a spell, they throw away a card. Anybody, even me. Land. Necrogoyf. He costs 5 fucking mana. Jesus Christ. Actually, he costs 1 black because I'm going to throw him away through one of these effects that I've got to make everybody throw a card away, and then play him for his madness cost. Beginning of each player's upkeep, they throw away a card. Good. Do that. Throw the cards away. Have them go lich, so if there's cards in graveyards, I can get them. As long as they're black or blue. Because he may cast target creature card from graveyard this turn by spending 1 mana for the privilege of it. When you do, he gains all activated abilities of the card, but it doesn't say I can spend mana or mana of any type. So if there's a green, white, or red creature that I want, too fucking bad. I can only get blue and black dudes with Have and Go Lich. Land. Fine stuff, that's good. Land. Lightning Greaves. Do I really care about that? I'm getting rid of a lot of the attack triggers. I'm not so worried about haste anymore. Shroud is still relevant. Maybe I'll take out Lightning Greaves. Land. Counterspell. Liliana, okay, she flips over to Super Liliana. She stays. She makes people discard land. The Genie's Expertise. 2 black. All creatures get -3 until the end of the turn. I may throw a card into play with CMC 3 less from my hand for free. In addition to killing a bunch of things. So let's keep the board wipe. Land. Mana Rock. Equilibrium. So if some creature slips through my shields, or I want to recycle and enters the battlefield ability, enters play ability, Equilibrium. 1 blue for an enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may pay 1 to balance target creature to it. Then they can't stop it. Unless they have something that counters an activated ability. For example, Crystal Shard says they can pay 1 to stop it. Same with Erratic Portal. Says they can spend 1 to stop it. Equilibrium says, nope. Pick it up, motherfucker. Pick it up. Mind Slicer. When this son of a bitch dies, everybody throws away their hand. And he's only 4/3, so it's not hard to kill him. Darkness. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Maybe I don't need that, because if nobody has cards, they don't have creatures, they can't get me. Alcatraz. 4/4 lifelinker. Whenever he attacks, each opponent throws away a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent throws away a land card, create a 1/1 black bat. When he croaks, he becomes a land. And then some shit. I don't have. I need to hurry up and get this out of the way. Ashok Dream Renderer. Dream Render. I always thought it was a renderer, but it's just a render. He just rends dreams. So 1 blue black hybrid. Spells and abilities opponents control, can't let them search their library. Neg 1, target player mills 4, and then exile all opponent's graveyard. Maybe. Board wipe, nope, that stays. Reanimate, it's a fucking discard deck. Of course I'm keeping Reanimate. Turgid, God of Salt. 4/5 with Menace for 3 black, legendary god. Turgid, God of Salt. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or throws away a permanent card, you can get that into play under your control. You can steal their shit. Burglaret. Whenever an opponent, whenever this creature comes into play, all opponents throw away a card. Land. Zengromancer. 2 black, 3/3. Whenever creature an opponent controls dies, I may gain 3. Whenever opponent discards a card, I may gain 3. Good on that. Dragon Lord Silumgar. 4 black flying Death Toucher. 3/5 power and toughness. Comes into play, gain control of target creature or planeswalker for as long as yeah. Anything that slips through, he can deal with it if it's creature or planeswalker land. This is a burglar rat with a different picture and name. Gasquemois. Whenever an opponent discards a card from his or her hand, you may draw a card. Sounds like a pretty fucking good idea to me. Bone Miser. This guy's new. This is a new addition to the deck. 4 and a black for a 4/4 zombie wizard. Whenever I discard a card, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Whenever I throw away a land, add black. Whenever I discard a non-creature non-land card, draw a card. The reason I keep stressing I is I've also got the enchantment, name escapes me at the moment, that does all this for my opponents. So he does it for me, the other one does it for my opponents, but it's an enchantment, not a 4/4 body. There it is, Migrum. See, Migrum, it's the same as Liliana's Caress, except it costs 1 more, but it duplicates the effect, and I want that. Urtai, yep, let's keep him. Land. Manarok. Black 1/1 flying death touching Wall of Stall. Comes into play, draw a card. And let's just keep it. Rankle, Master of Pranks. Yeah, let's keep him. Painful Quandary. Whenever opponent throws away cast a spell. Whenever they cast a spell, they either lose 5 life or they discard a card. Either way, it sucks. 3 black to cast it. Manarok. Land. Hostage Taker. If it only hit creatures, I would take it out. But the fact that it hits artifacts is very good. Because, like I said, I don't have a lot of ways of dealing with artifacts. So this can come into play. And I can exile an artifact until this leaves play. And then I can cast the artifact and it can work for me. Smallpox. Land. There it is. Waste not. See, it's just an enchantment. Zombie Miser. Whenever an opponent throws away a creature, I get a 2/2 zombie. Whenever an opponent throws away land, I get black. Whenever an opponent discards a non-creature on land, draw a card. Same thing, only it costs 3 less, and it can't punch people in the face. Tiny Bones. He's here because of the 3 black tap, each opponent throws away card. Activate only the sorcery. The other shit about them exiling it, I really don't care. I kind of wish that wasn't there. I wish he had some other cool ability and it was mainly just, like if this cost 1 and a black, each opponent discards a card. That'd be cool. And then he wouldn't need all this other crap. I don't care about it. I don't want it. But it's there, so I have to deal with it. Land, Venser, Shaper Civil. Land. Words of Waste. Now this with the Guest's Grimoire. So, 2 and a black to cast Words of Waste. 1 to activate it. The next time you draw a card, each opponent discards a card from his or her hand instead. So if I activate this in response to anything that would let me draw a card, and I have Guest's Grimoire, so instead of drawing a card, my opponent's discard a card. Guest's Grimoire triggers. So I spend 1 to replace that draw with each opponent discarding a card from his or her hand. Actually, no, I wouldn't need to do that because the next time you would draw a card, each opponent discards a card. I would still get cards because Guest's Grimoire says whenever an opponent discards a card, you may draw a card. So if I trigger this and all 3 of them discard a card, then I would draw 3 cards. So I only need to replace 1 draw. So I would get 2 cards. They would lose a card. And then with them losing cards, it would engender 3 more triggers of Guest's Grimoire. And I could spend 1 and replace 1 with him. The fine tuning, the fine differences, the little details of magic. This is my big finisher. I should probably put Exsanguinate as the big finisher. But it would be kind of funny to get all the creatures and smash people with him. So let's leave that. Land Archaeomancia. So when she comes into play, arrive sur le champ de bataille. I return an instant or sorcery from a graveyard to my hand. All for the low price of 2 blue. There it is, Crystal Shard. See? Return target creature to its owner's hand unless that some bitch plays 1. Do I want that? I've got Equilibrium. Do I really need that? I don't know. Let's think about it. Donje, the Midnight Sky. 3 black for a 5/5 menacing flying dragon spirit. When he croaks, choose 1. Each opponent throws away 2 cards and loses 2 life. Or put target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and you lose 2 life. He says discard. He's dice. Etherize. Oh, you got past my shields, and now you're attacking me with a big army. Fuck you. Put it back in your hand. This is just Nizumi Shortfang. Is it Shortfang? Informant. This is just Nizumi Informant with different art and a different name. And Nizumi Informant is just Burglar Rat with different art and different name. And Burglar Rat is just Elderfang Disciple with different art and different name. And we can keep going on the list for hours. Glenda Archmage. Little counterspell on wings. She ain't pretty. That's for damn sure. She's fucking kind of scary looking. But I'm sure some of you guys would get with it, wouldn't you? Some of you uncaring schmucks out there. Oh, you'd tap that. Oh, yes, you would. You dirty dog. Lonely Inspector. It's basically a burglar rat that costs 1 more, has 1 more power, and flies. Dismember. Kill something. Land. Sword of Feast and Famine. Don't have a lot of creatures, but if I can get creatures somehow, the swords become more interesting. In this one, when it hits, the equipped creature hits one of my opponents, I get to tap all my lands so I can cast more stuff, and they discard a card, which is kind of what I want to see happen. Geth, Lord of the Vault. 4 black for an intimidating zombie. X tap, X and 1 black to get started, then X. Put target artifact or creature with CMC X from an opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control tapped. Then that player mills the top X cards of his or her library. Neat. Rankle Sprank. Makes people discard. Swamp. Now this, see, each player discards 2 cards. So that's how I can get Necrogoyf into play, into the, well, madness. But it would cost 7. I'd have to spend 2 black for the prank, and then I would have to spend 1 black for the madness cost on Necrogoyf. So I'd have to have 7 mana if that's the way I'm doing it. Notion Thief. 2 black-blue. Flash. Opponent draw a card, except the first one he or she draws each turn. Said they skip the draw and you draw a card. So this is, if I'm making them discard, I don't want them drawing a bunch of cards. That's counterproductive. Land. Memory Plunder. Oh, look, you discarded some really interesting sorcerer or instant. I'm going to spend 4 blue-black hybrid and cast it myself. At instant speed! Dimir Doppelganger, yep. Liliana, Waker of the Dead, 2 black, 4 loyalty Liliana Planeswalker. +1, everybody throws away a card. Each opponent can't, loses 3 life. Yep, that's what she's here. See, 1 in the black, 2/1, 3 black, tap. Every opponent discards a card. So he's just like the Tiny Bones. Except, I liked his other text better. Beginning of each end step, if a player discarded a card this turn, create a 1/1 Blackbird creature token with poking. Meaning it can't block, it can only poke. Buried Landscape, land. Flare of Denial. My commander is Sygg. So in a pinch, I could sacrifice Sygg to Flare of Denial, and then he would only cost 4 to cast him the second time. He's a cheap to cast commander. But you saw all the random effects that will be in the deck that causes my opponents to lose life. So if any of them hit over 3, typically once the deck gets going, especially Painful Quandary's out, it's not too hard to be drawing an extra card each turn. Due to my opponents attacking each other, due to the different effects I have, it's not outside the realm of possibility to be drawing an extra card at the end of everybody's turn. Flare of Denial, Counterspell, so one of these is what's going to come out for that Liliana's Caress. But what is it? Shroud. That's really why it's in here, for the Shroud. It stops combat damage for a turn, draw a card. Makes it so they can't search, and this lets me bounce something back. But, well, I do have quite a few enter the battlefield abilities. Sygg, Venser, or not Sygg, Venser, Urtai, Chaomancer. But it is enough to care about. Let's see. Maybe I don't care about that. Because Ravenman doesn't have a come into play ability. Notion Thief doesn't. Oh yeah, the Spectres and the Burglar Rats, they have come into play abilities, so that's okay, so that makes more sense why I wasn't just being an idiot and because I like this card, I was actually thinking ahead. Exile Graveyards, Haste and Shroud. So, target creature. So I wouldn't be able to target it. What if I just didn't worry about Haste and Shroud, because I'm not really attacking anybody. So what if I took out Lightning Greaves in favor of Liliana's Caress? This could be a really bad idea, though. It could really bite me on the ass. I'm making a serious mistake here. But let's make it and see what happens. Let's give it a try. Alright, that's it. Change Sygg. Let's get this posted.